It seems like almost every country in the world has at least one law that baffles foreigners to no end, and Canada is no exception. Did you just say I can't fill my bathtub with more than 3.5 inches of water when taking a bath? Yep, that's Canada. But wait, there's more to come. On the Canadian island Newfoundland, a cow can't be your pet, even if you've been dreaming of it your whole life. So while it's not illegal to own a cow, keeping it in your home is a strict no-no. In Sudbury, Ontario, you can't attach sirens to your bike, otherwise you'll have to pay a fine of a whopping $5,000. At the same time, horns and bells are perfectly okay. So, does that mean that there used to be people with sirens on their bikes? In the town of Souris on Prince Edward Island, there's a law that prohibits you from building a snowman that's taller than 30 inches. Well, I see their point. Big snowmen are spooky. In Etobicoke, Ontario, people seem to be a little too worried about bathtub safety. Thus, according to the local law, you can't enjoy more than 3.5 inches of water in your bathtub. How do they enforce that? Do they break into your bathroom and measure it? If you ever visit the Canadian province of Alberta, do not paint a wooden ladder. It's against the law. And in the town of Oshawa in Ontario, you can't climb a tree. Otherwise, you'll have big problems with the authorities. Also, you can't hang swings or a hammock on a tree's branch. Victoria, British Columbia, has an inexplicable rule of its own. Here, street entertainers aren't allowed to give children animals made of balloons. Well, that one makes sense. In Canada, the city of Fredericton, you can't leave home while wearing your pet snake on your neck or holding your pet lizard in your hands. If you want to take your snake or any other reptile for a walk, be so kind as to put it in a glass container. Now, are you going to the supermarket with the hope of getting rid of some change? Hold your horses, or keep them outside. In Canada, there are limits as to how many coins you can use while paying for stuff. In particular, you can pay up to $25 in loonies, which are Canadian $1 coins, $5 in nickels, and only 25 cents in pennies. If you decide to work as a cab driver in Halifax, never, do you hear me, never wear a t-shirt and a pair of shorts while inside the car. The thing is that all the cab drivers in Nova Scotia's capital must wear some sort of uniform, a shirt with a collar and long sleeves and ankle-length pants. If it gets too hot, all you're allowed is a pair of dress shorts that covers your knees. So there. If you decide to paint a garage door in Canada, which is one of the largest suburbs of Ottawa, use any color but purple. Try this color and you'll be fine. Now once it was illegal to throw snowballs in Esquimalt, British Columbia. However, nowadays, you can start a snow fight there without looking over your shoulder all the time. Could it be that the police just got fed up with arresting kids? Now be careful if you're a teenager wearing lace-up shoes on Main Street in Fort Qu'Appelle in Saskatchewan. There, teens can't have untied shoes, otherwise they or their parents will have to pay a fine. Now, one Canadian law that dates back to the 1940s declares it's illegal to own, print, or sell comics that mention any criminal act. Well, doesn't that mean that literally all superhero comic books were prohibited in Canada? If you live in the town of London, Ontario, make sure that you take good care of your lawn. Once the grass grows 8 inches tall, immediately mow the lawn, otherwise the city authorities will come and mow it for you. But then you'll have to spend a fortune paying the bill they'll send you. Okay, how about this one? In Ottawa, it's illegal to eat ice cream on Bank Street on Sundays. Yep, any other day of the week or any other street and you're good to enjoy your cold treat. But Bank Street on a Sunday? Careful, you're breaking the law. In Vancouver from 1947 to 1986, you weren't allowed to sell stoves within city limits on Wednesdays. Just, don't ask, okay? Don't try to impress your friends while performing bike tricks in Ottawa. Taking your feet off the pedals while you're riding a bike is prohibited by law. Okay, the next rule was probably created especially for Santa Claus. In Ontario, you can't drive your sleigh along the highway without a minimum of 2 bells attached to the harness of the horse. Fact 1. Pennies aren't used in Canada anymore. Fact 2. If you deface one, your actions will still be considered a crime. So, no scratching, drilling holes, or leaving them on a railway track to be flattened by a train. Got that? In Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island, you can't ring anyone's doorbell or knock at other people's doors as a joke. It's prohibited by law. Make sure not to remove a Band-Aid in a public place in Canada. There's a law prohibiting it. You scab you. In Wawa, Ontario, avoid public displays of affection on Sundays. It's illegal. Admittedly, you can interpret PDA in different ways, but just in case, no kissing or cuddling on Sunday. In Uxbridge, Ontario, you probably won't be able to watch your favorite movie on Netflix. The problem is the internet speed. According to local law, it can't be faster than 56K. A bit faster and you're an offender. For comparison, we used to have that internet speed in the 1990s, in the era of dial-up modems. Avoid scaring the Queen in Canada, otherwise you'll get arrested. Who? Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. There is a point in the Criminal Code of Canada where it is illegal to offend a place with a bad smell. Probably no finger-pulling there. According to Canadian laws, not less than 35% of all the content broadcasted on the radio must be of Canadian origin. However, it's only true from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Now don't pretend to be a person you aren't in Quebec. In particular, avoid impersonating a foreigner. It's illegal and is punished with a fine. Until 1995 in Ontario, it was prohibited to sell yellow-colored margarine. Was there a rational explanation? But of course. By keeping margarine white, producers tried to make this product look less appealing to people. Therefore, consumers were supposed to buy the prettier sun-colored butter. You can't challenge people to a duel or accept an invitation to one in Canada. If only Alexander Hamilton had known about this. When you visit Calgary, Alberta, never ever buy, or sell for that matter, non-prescription contact lenses when at a costume shop. It's prohibited by law. If you buy a house in Beaconsfield, Quebec, don't even try to paint it more than 2 colors. Otherwise, guess what? Right, you'll be fined. Your house can be bright, but only 1 or 2 colors max. In St. Paul, Alberta, it's illegal for kids younger than 15 to be in public places without a parent or guardian from 12:01 a.m. until 6 a.m. Well, at least you don't have to worry about your little ones sneaking out at night. It's illegal to use bad words in the public parks of Toronto. Enough said. In Montreal, you can't drive a car with a for sale sign on it. If you want to inform the world about your intentions, stop first, put the sign in the window next. Canadian federal aviation law prohibits you from leaving or entering the plane during flight. Luckily, there is one exception. If you want to make a parachute jump, you can, but only if the pilot allows you to do so. As for the impossibility of entering the plane mid-flight, well, I think you should try it anyways. Now, think twice before stiffing a hotel in Ontario. According to the local law, the hotel has every right to sell your horse to return the lost money. In Canada, it used to be illegal for non-dark soft drinks to contain caffeine. However, several years ago, things changed, and now you can have your daily portion of caffeine in your grape or orange soda. And still, the level of caffeine in these drinks is lower than, let's say, in cola. Several Canadian communities once banned clotheslines because they simply didn't like how they looked. However, recently, most provincial authorities have lifted this ban. Oh, thank goodness. If you visit Oak Bay, British Columbia, with your talking parrot, make sure that it doesn't talk too loudly. Otherwise, you'll have to pay a $100 fine. I don't care what Polly wants, shut up! In Alberta, try to resist the temptation to set someone's wooden leg on fire. Now, I don't know why you would want to do this, but remember that it's prohibited by a particular law. And no, we're not kidding. Now, Which Canadian law impressed you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend, eh? But hey, don't go exiting the airplane in mid-flight just yet. We have over 2,000 cool videos for you to check out. All you have to do is pick the left or right video, click on it, and enjoy. Stay on the bright side of life.